So, this is part 2 of the speech Titanic mechanic. I said it in part 1. The mechanic used in this ship Titanic is very interesting, and it's a way to build machines where nothing can go wrong anymore. And this is really incredible. I don't build the Titanic. I don't live these days, and I really sometimes ask myself if this is true, the story Titanic, if this is really an historical fact. I don't know it, of course, but this is, for this topic, not so important. The way to build machines with this kind of mechanic is a way where nothing can go wrong. I don't know who invented this kind of thinking, really. It's also a kind of thinking to build machines this way. And even combined with philosophy and in an abstract way. It's not only a mechanic, it's also a way to think in general and philosophy to build machines like the Titanic, the ship. But I said that this kind of mechanic, the ship Titanic, was built is a form of mechanic where nothing can go wrong. And this is very important, because what I want to achieve, everyone knows that, is the free time society. And for me it's very important. I said it in part 1 of my speech, Titanic mechanic. It's not an people that say, oh, of course, a free time society. Where are you living, man? Where are you living? Everyone has always free time. Where are you living? In heaven or something like that? My answer is yes, because it's normal that the society has always free time. And I can, of course, prove it, because I said it in part 1 and often in the past in my speech Titanic mechanic. I said it in part 1, I say it here again. Everyone gets what I mean, no one is dumb. There's a job in Germany, for example. It's an example, everyone gets it. Schuhreparierer. Someone, Schuster is, it's not the right word. Schuster is also a German word, but Schuhreparierer. There are people, for example, who have a little shop, who repair shoes 8 hours a day from Monday until Friday for 40 years to get money. Everyone gets what I mean. And this is valid for every job existing on this planet. You don't need this job, Schuhreparierer. You don't need to work as Schuhreparierer, someone who repairs shoes, 8 hours a day from Monday until Friday for 40 years. You don't need that. And it's very important, because it's in crime. And it's not a funny crime. It's an incredible crime. To describe it with 2 German words, to make one word out of it, Konzentrationshager. And this, what I describe with these 2 German words combined to one word, Konzentrationshager, is what this is. To repair shoes 8 hours a day from Monday until Friday for 40 years to get money. This is not funny. It's a crime. It's an incredible crime. You should go to police for that. But not in Bamberg, in Bavaria, Germany, on planet Earth, to completely other police. Because it's a crime and it's not funny. And this is important for me. Everybody could be rich anyway. True, of course. And everything could cost nothing, of course, true. Why not? You go in shops, everything is for free. Of course this is possible. Yeah? And the only work you have to do is to meet with a few friends, drink a few beers, and put the products into the cupboards of the shops where everything costs nothing. Of course it's possible. And to go ahead, the speech is called Titanic Mechanic. Of course, I know if I say free time society, on the first hand, I know, of course, you need guitars and you need car wheels, of course. I'm not dumb, yeah, but everyone knows what I mean. Machines who work with what I call Titanic mechanic work in a way that it's absolutely sure nothing can go wrong if you build machines with Titanic mechanic. And these machines build guitars 24 hours a day alone. Yeah, nobody has to stand beside that and do something like that. It's not needed. These machines, built with Titanic mechanic, build guitars 24 hours a day, without anyone has to care about it. And this is very important. Everyone knows what I mean. So these machines, in a good way, not in a sarcastic way, what it seems to me a bit the topic in some countries. These machines working with Titanic mechanic can work all alone and build in a good way, in a romantic world way, all the products you need. Long story short, but it's true. And you don't need someone who repairs shoes his whole life long. Everybody could be rich anyway, true, and of course everything could cost nothing, of course. So let's go ahead. I have to have a quick look at the time. And for me it's important. You can say what I do here, Benimusik, and especially perhaps in this speech, Titanic mechanic, sounds a bit weird, but I want to prove it. It sounds a bit strange, but I want to prove, if people criticize me, I want to prove that I'm right because of my intelligence. It sounds a bit arrogant. The German word is angeben. I don't know right now the English translation. It sounds arrogant, but I don't mean it arrogant. My proof that I'm right is that I'm, sorry, perhaps I'm arrogant right now, but I don't think so, incredible intelligent. And so it's a way to prove to other people that I'm right. Because you can't doubt, sorry, that I'm incredible intelligent. And this is my way to prove it. And the second thing is, I don't have an academic degree, but for me very important is, people are only allowed to say things within special topics and be taken serious in this topic if they have an degree in this topic, an academic degree. I don't have an academic degree, but this is nonsense, of course. What you need to say true things about topics is intelligence and, of course, knowledge. You don't need a degree. Yeah, why? What is important, of course, is that it works, what you say. Of course, this is the proof. If you build a machine, for example, you have no academic degree, but build a machine and this machine is working really good. Perhaps you build a new machine and this machine is working really good. This is a proof, of course, as a philosophical and abstract idea. This is a proof that the machine works. But now we come to a very serious topic. I have to have a quick look at the time. Because I describe it with a sentence I created. It's called "Accept an apple heart that is poisoned." And with this sentence I mean, and everyone can prove this in his or her own life, accept an apple that is poisoned. I invented the sentence, means things that should work scientifically don't work. And this sentence, accept an apple that is poisoned, described that sometimes people that should work scientifically don't work. And this has to do with this sentence that describes, I created this sentence and this describes that things that should work scientifically don't work. And I described that with the sentence, accept an apple that is poisoned. Of course, thinking of a fairy tale, Schneewittchen. So this was the second part of my speech, the speech Titanic Mechanic from Benimusik, and now comes part 3 from the speech Titanic Mechanic from Benimusik.